Good day, ladies and gentlemen. Hope you're well. Welcome back. Today we're kicking off season 57 of Alliance War. Me and my boys in the Book of the Vishanti are looking to defend and repeat in our Masters placement from last season. I know you haven't seen the end of season 56 yet, but we did indeed place in Masters and that video will come out. But now we're going to be kicking off single war videos, and I really wanted to do this because I want to help expand on my mindset for how I approach my war fights. Hopefully use this as a little bit of a training tool and let everyone get some insight into the mind of truth to see how I approach war. But first things first, we're starting off on path 1. We've got this crossbones on the team today. Now I was tripping on this fight a little bit. I was worried about being able to outdamage the regen. What if things get out of control? How am I going to approach it? But I took a step back, locked in, just thought about keeping my spacing, not letting regens get too high, primarily keeping my Furies built up, kicking off with a regen boost just to buy myself a little extra. And you know, we're going to do crossbones things. We're going to work on getting that special 1 thrown here pretty soon, lock our Furies in, see if we can't damage this big boy down. So we get the special 1 off. He does a nice thing for us, throws his special 1. We get to retaliate with our heavy to pause some stuff. And now we're in a groove. Now we just want a Fury pause. Protection doesn't mean anything. We're working around it. Toss the relic to get another pause in. Try to bait this special. He doesn't want to throw it, so, you know, I think we just go. And there's our boy Bones. 1, 2, 3. And thing is no more. Now I was really appreciative and working with my officers on my plan for this war, that they let me bring a Wags, because this next fight would have been much tougher without one. We've got this spiral here sitting on node 10. When I parry, if I don't have a Wags on or I apply some other sort of debuff, it's going to be purified and she's going to get a regen and then she's going to go unblockable, and we don't want to mess with any of that. So we took a look at it and said, you know what, Razzle Dazzle, baby. Now that I've got the Wags in place, there's really minimal risk in this fight. I just need to make sure that I don't throw a second light attack when she has Dancing Blades up. And as long as we don't do that, it'll be smooth sailing. Getting into the flow. We're not going to mess with countering specials, doing any of that stuff. We just block them. That's why we have the combat regen up. Save some potions as we can. Do some dazzling things. Again, medium light mediums. Get to that special 1. Tap into the beat. Just can't help it. She just makes me want to dance. And now, all we're trying to do is get to that special 2. Could have taken better advantage of my dazzling dash stun there, but it's not a big deal. We're just going safe. That's the main key for Alliance War. The whole goal is safety. Sometimes that means blitzing through a fight. Sometimes that means just keeping it chill. And there's Razzle Dazzle, baby. Let's keep it moving. Coming to the second part of the path. We're over on path 7 now. We've got this man thing. Also a node where I get punished if I stun, so I got the Wags here as well. He's going to be doing Thorns damage to me, so I want to reflect that damage as the Dazzler will. And outside of that, she's Nullify immune, so I don't have to worry about any postules or anything. I'm going to pop in a little health potion here. I'm pretty big on going into a fight with at least 95% health, even if it's on the path. But from here, we're going to kick it into gear, and we're going to go crush through some minis as well. So it's a chunky man thing, 500k, but you're going to see that it's no issue for Dazzler. We can parry freely, we can whack away. This is a very straightforward special 1, special 2 fight. I just need to not screw up. Can I do that? I guess we'll stay tuned. But while we're waiting for this to move on, yeah, I wanted to get into my mindset of how I approach my fights, because I know that there are people who are looking to jump to high tier Alliance War. There are people who want to get better at Alliance War, and I do offer coaching for my members in both Battlegrounds and Alliance War. But for my Alliance War fights, I look through them at least 3 times. I look through them when the plan goes out initially. I look through them once I've kind of let that digest. as we sink down that man thing there. You see him gimping my damage, but she doesn't care. She's done so much burst, we're moving on. I look through them a second day, and then before I physically go into my fights, when I'm ready to do my path, before my boosts hit, so I'm not stressing myself out, I go fight by fight. I talk myself through my rotation, talk myself through my approach. For instance, I know here, do I need a power start one? I don't, but I want one in my next fight, and I know that it's just gonna make this fight that much quicker, because all we need to do is parry this Zemo, push him back, throw our special one. I was told to do 3 hits and back off, so hopefully Anthem's not watching this, because I did not obey that, because I knew what I was doing. I've taken this fight before. All we need to do now, build up to that special 2. I've got the unblockable from the tactic, and Dazzler just doesn't care. She's such a nuke, 99% finish. And now it's time to get some minis. Last season, I noted in one of my fights where I almost died that I have stopped overlooking fights. And I just want to make that very clear. I look through every single one of my fights at least 3 times. And I've learned the lesson now, because I myself have died so many times to the fights I wasn't afraid of, that I've learned to keep my eyeballs peeled and take every fight seriously. Nothing's free. There's probably a reason that someone is placed on every node to some extent, and you can't overlook any of it because you can die. It's not that tough. 1 slip up, 2 slip ups, we gone. So we have our PS1. We've got this sassy here on 38. We've got a wag, so it's pretty straightforward. We're going to use that dazzling dash falter, be a little aggressive, have some fun. We're going to use our unblockable there. I knew he wasn't going to parry me. So here I get in, I throw my second special, and now I'm just kind of like, all right, I got to get prepared for Wrath. What's that going to look like? We go ahead, bait out that special 1. And it was right about here, I decided to throw my striker, and I said, you know what? My gut tells me that we're going to have an early Wrath. So I came in, I throw my striker, I decide to go ahead and throw the heavy, banking on an early Wrath, and then lo and behold, Wrath of Tanarak, Razzle Dazzle, baby. Get that nice crit, and that is a sassy down, full yellow bar for all intents, in 52 seconds. Let's go. Now we've got this Nick Fury over on 41. This is the one where he's going to have Power Focus 2 and Bubble Shield and all that. And the plan here is basically just to be aggressive, bait special 2s, and nuke down Fury. Now, thankfully, my last 2 fights have been so fast that I'm getting 1 more fight out of my Power Start 1 boost, which was just amazing. Unexpected, but beautiful. And what we want to do with Fury is basically 1 special 1, 1 special 2 for each life. Now, he's not going to gain much power after 2 bars. So we just want to get to this point of baiting this out. We've got a good amount of tempo, and we're going to use this to push him to his special 2, knock him into his second life, wait him out. Thankfully, he's pretty quick. We get the counter. We get that special 1 going. I think I used my relic here. Yeah, I did. Want to get him back up to the special 2. Don't want to mess around. And he is playing ball, ladies and gentlemen. We stop right there so we don't push him over the bar. We get the light intercept. We throw the special. And I know you've heard it, but let's say it again. Razzle Dazzle, baby. Let's go. And now moving to my final fight of the war. You guys have seen it enough at this point in time. I cooked it all last season. And today we had another one. Now it can be a tricky fight. You need to watch out for primarily the Bane transfer in this fight. But Dazzler shuts down everything that makes Photon dangerous on this node with the exception of the Bane. So as long as we manage the Bane and we don't get clipped by a silly Photon special or basic, this fight is pretty smooth. The goal here is basically just to cycle special 2s and manage Bane, and that's what we're going to do. Dashes out and in, we get that nice medium intercept. And now we're just in the groove, dancing to the beat, feeling the music, trying to bait specials. Thankfully she throws that. You can see the Bane ticks pretty hard to start. Now I'm going to back off. I'm going to use my unblockable as wisely as I can. Try to get into special baiting when the Bane timer is about halfway, because I can manage it from there. And you see there we have a smooth transition. I'm trying to use my unblockable here, So I want to push her over that bar. There we go. Another smooth transition. I come in here, toss my first special 2. And this is it, man. We low and slow. We're in the cycle now. We just need her to throw specials. We're going to counter specials. We're not worried about any charges, anything. We're only worried about keeping it slow, keeping it smooth, chipping her down, managing Bane. Get a nice little intercept there to make sure it can maintain. And away we go. And then, short combo. See, if I was running an Okoye, Ironheart, any one of the rest of those champs, I'd have worried about that. But Dazzler doesn't care. Photon's being cooperative. It's very nice. Get my little combo there. Perfect Bane transfers. Outside of that first one, it's been almost no damage on each of these things. Try to get her to throw her special there with the heavy. She's gonna hold out, but we're a little bit later here, so it's all right. The Bane's not so bad anymore. Yeah, we're gonna bait this special. I'm gonna try to go slow. I don't want to have a good Bane transfer again. She throws that heavy. Get another special 2 off. And now my palms are getting sweaty. I just need to lock in, keep it smooth, keep it moving. Yeah, those blocks are nasty, but I use my unblockable. Get the Bane transfer back on. Keep it going. Oh, everyone, she's mid, I promise. Please don't ban Dazzler. You don't need to do it. It's not a big deal. Now we're working our way toward the end of this. I was hoping this would kill, but you know, safeguard. Why would it do that? 1% rigged. She's not going to get us today, though. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is War 1. Big shout out to the MVPs. We got Grass Knuckles, Jaleel, and Oracle. Crushing it. We got ourselves a nice victory here against the Gods of War to kick off the first part of the season. Really looking forward to a strong season. It's been a great one with the guys. We lost some people, but we brought some new people in. Things are looking promising. But, you know, at the end of the day, it all comes down to execution. Appreciate you all hanging out. I look forward to seeing you again soon. I wish you all the best. And until next time, peace.